Hey guys, it's M, and I'm sure you saw the thumbnail. Killing Floor Season 2 just dropped, and I just want to talk about it from the perspective of someone who likes the game, but sees that there's a few problems, right? So Season 2, it fixed some things. I believe that they said they fixed 500 bugs. This is impressive. Again, as I said last time, this means that the game might have launched with 1,500 bugs. Not a good look. But I will say that the game, just playing it, it feels a lot smoother. They got rid of the biggest bug or glitch or whatever that I hated, which was that whenever you broke a security camera or got any electrical part, the game would just freeze for half of a second. It was super annoying, and I'm very happy that that's not a thing anymore. The gameplay in general feels smoother. I don't really know how to describe it. I don't know if they changed something with the movement, but it feels really nice. As I've said every time I've talked about this game, I think the gameplay is fun. We got the cloaker or the stalker. She's cool. I do really like her new design. Does she switch up the gameplay a ton? Not really. She does what she did in Killing Floor 2. She runs up to you, she does some flip kicks and shit, and then she cloaks again. That's fine. We got UV add-ons and a bunch of other mods. I'm only going to specify the UV because it's the one I've noticed the most. The rest of them I haven't really got to play around with a ton. And basically the UV works like the Commando's old passive where you get to see the stalkers revealed to you. It's neat. I think it's a cool little addition. Also, they gave the Commando his old passive back of being able to see them, which again, I think is a cool little addition. We got the prison map, which honestly, I didn't watch any of the trailers for Season 2, but I thought that the prison was going to be the prison from Killing Floor 2, but it isn't. It's its own thing, and I think that's pretty cool. I like the new map a lot. Does it add anything super spicy? No, not really, but it's another map to play on, and that's neat. We got DJ Scully back. That means a lot for some people. It doesn't mean anything to me, but if you like DJ Scully in 2 and 1, hey, there he is. What else do I want to talk about? The Seasons Pass dropped, the new Seasons Pass, and honestly, they did something really cool. So all of the points that you got in Season 1 transfer over to Season 2. It looks like the way that they're handling this game, all of those points you get for the Seasons Pass just accumulate. So if you keep playing the game after you finish the Seasons Pass, which I did, then you just keep getting more and more points that you can apply for the next one. And even if you haven't bought the Seasons Pass, which I have both of them, that means that if you didn't get all of the paid stuff, all of those points you can just use to buy all of the stuff in the next Seasons Pass. And given you get 500 premium points per Seasons Pass, I believe, if you didn't buy anything between this one and the last one, ignoring the fact that they gave away the free points to be able to buy another Seasons Pass, you would have been able to get one by now, which I think is cool. I think that's a unique little nice thing that they didn't need to do. Is there anything else I need to discuss? Because there's some meat and potatoes I want to get into of things I just think are missing still. We got a new medic weapon. I haven't really got to play around with it, but it's a mid-level weapon, and honestly, there's a big problem with mid-level weapons in Killing Floor 3 just because the waves are so short. You don't oftentimes get mid-level weapons. A lot of times you go from your first weapon, you save up a bit, and then you get the last tier weapon and you don't really experiment with the others, but I'm sure the new weapon's fine. I can't really say they've dropped the ball with any of the weapons. They do what you think they would do. I guess that's everything. Again, they dropped some new mods. I haven't been able to play around with those. Fixed a lot of the bugs. The only bugs that I noticed again were the electrical one that I mentioned at the start. I believe some of the A posing glitches, like one I mentioned originally was that the Skrakes would A pose sometimes because they would get stuck on each other or against other like zombies. I don't think that happens anymore. When you're shooting the enemy, sometimes they drop into A poses. That doesn't happen anymore to my knowledge. In multiplayer, they said there was some bug with A posing. That doesn't happen anymore. They do have a full comprehensive list, but I'm just telling you what I noticed from playing the game and most likely what you're going to notice when you play the game. Everything is cool. I'm gonna pretty much say what I said at the end of the rearmament update. I think the game is at a place where we can now, I don't want to say add features because they did just add the stalker, and again, adding zombies to this game has to be a lot harder than adding them to 2 because then you have to do the finisher animations and all that bullshit, and then the game looks better and all that. But everything feels like it's in place. I really do appreciate them for not doing the arc route of, well, we didn't fix the game ever, but hey, here's another DLC pack. Oh, you still fall through the ground? Uh-oh, who cares? Here's another DLC pack. I'm happy that we took the time to go over all of these little things and iron them out so that when we add on to this base, things just keep getting better and better. I do appreciate that. However, I'm going to say it like I said in my rant. Where is short, long, and endless, man? I keep saying it. I like the game. I want more reasons to play the game, but when you give me 6 waves only, again, I don't get to experiment with medium tier weapons. weapons. When I get my tier 3 weapons, I get like 3 or 4 waves out before the boss fight, and then I have to start all over again. I just want a reason to be able to play the game more. I don't think I'm asking for anything crazy. I'm not asking for new features or like a new map. I'm asking you for more of what's already in the game. It's really upsetting and kind of weird that it's not in the game already. I really do think we're gonna have to wait till next year to get short, medium, and long and endless, which is kind of nuts to me. The best defense I can give them is that they might have wanted for the Stalker to come out so they can just integrate her into the endless waves, or they're waiting for them to add more bosses. But come on, guys. I believe in this update they even added more like weekly modifiers and stuff. It's right there. This is basically free. Why do we not have this yet? I think it's weird. I'm sure there's something behind the scenes I don't know, but from a player perspective, it's pretty whack that that's just not in the game yet. Do I have anything else to say on it? I mean, if you didn't like Killing Floor 3, and I hate to keep saying this, but it really does feel like it. If you didn't like Killing Floor 3 when it came out, if you saw no promise in it, didn't like the gameplay changes, you wanted all of this stuff to go back to the way it was in Killing Floor 2, you're probably not gonna like it. But if you already liked Killing Floor 3, or you like these faster paced zombie shooters, I think you would like the game. People saying that the game is still absolute gutter trash garbo. I don't even think it released in the worst state ever on console. Let me specify, because I know on PC maybe it was failing to run or something. But on console, I think it launched a little rocky, but there was value to it, right? Like all the gameplay changes and all the little different stuff like the gadgets, the new class and the level up system and all that shit. Basically everything I said in my first video about the game, I think all of that stuff still shines, and they keep making that stuff better. So if you like these kind of games, or you see like this fast-paced movement and all that, I do think you would like the game. I still think it would be fun to jump in and play it a few times. I imagine if I had friends who played the game, I'd play it even more, but unfortunately, none of my friends like the game at all. So that doesn't really happen. You know, I just hope that we get to get some of this stuff out of the way. And endless, short, and long, I think that would be a great addition. I also think it's really weird we don't have suicidal difficulty yet. This isn't as big of a thing for me, but my thing is with this game is every time I play it on Hell on Earth, because I think everything below it is just a little too easy. I feel like there should be something in between. I didn't really notice it until I played 3, but the jump is so crazy. Before I wrap up, there is something else I want to say. Another little positive, and something I didn't really get into in the positives in the rearmament patch, and that's the boss fights. Man, I ended up playing when the update came out, obviously, and I ended up getting Queen Crawler as my boss, and that Queen Crawler fight was sick. Unironically, I know that they changed the attack radii and all of that. They did that the last update, but getting to play around with it now, oh my god. Oh my god. I felt like I could avoid every single attack she was doing, and that just felt great. I really don't know what else to say about it. I think they did a really good job with all that dodging stuff. It is very nice to just be able to flow state dodge all of these enemies. There isn't a single attack that I can think of where I'm like, oh, that's undodgeable, other than like the siren screaming point blank in her little bubble move, and in that case you just shouldn't be that close to her for her to do that. But yeah, that was an awesome change, and I do kind of want to read the patch notes. I'm very curious what the patch notes themselves say, because there's a lot of stuff I'm sure I'm just not noticing right now. But yeah, sum it all up, I think this was a good update. I think it's another step in a good direction. I think the base gameplay is just ironed out now. I don't see a ton of problems with it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think we're in a great state. I just want them to add some of the smaller things that I feel should just slide naturally into the game. It's cool that next season we're gonna get the Gunslinger Specialist and all of the other stuff that they listed, but I would really love like suicidal difficulty and short, long, and endless and medium to just be implemented casually into the game. I really do not want to wait like multiple months at a time for that kind of feature. That's been it. Just wanted to talk about all of this stuff. But what do you guys think? As always, as long as you're respectful, I'm glad to discuss with you in the comments. And I've been M, and I am out.